I'm gonna be going through all the stuff that I didn't see in stream, hopefully. And because I didn't feel like really this is more of a lore related thing I wanted to do because I was curious. I'll probably repeat everything and such, but my controller is not wanting to work. Good start. Oh, that's because it's not on the game. Duh. We'll see if PC gets. So, I saw this in a video. Huh. So crouch, I don't know why we need a crouch. Or inventory. Oh wait, maybe inventory. Apparently, you're able to find them via these things. Let's see. You know what? Probably gonna read these because I can. Newspaper. Part of young Jason is played by Ari. I'm gonna get all these names wrong. Leckman. I don't know. Original director's Scene Cullingham wanted to cast his son Noel. However, Noel's mother did not want her son to spend hours in a freezing New Jersey lake during fall. Let's just go through everything. Eric J.L. J.R. Lechapa. Part of the Kickstarter campaign, certain high-tier backers could get their likeliness included in the game. One such generous backer was Eric J.R. Lechapa's best two stats are repair and stealth. Let's see. I can take these. Star Mummy 3, Dead Air. Star Mummy is a prospective title from would-be author Eddie McCarroll. Eddie, luckless in love and fiction, is rejected by his crush Melissa. When Eddie finds out what he was just being used, he takes it in stride. Rejection, fine. I can take it. I've been rejected from some of the finest fiction magazines in the continual United States. Also, it says I can take this. Boink. Double vision. Actress Camelia Moore auditioned for the role of Samantha. When the filmmakers discovered that she had a twin sister, Carly, they offered them both the foxy roles of Tina and Terry. This was not the first time Camilla and Carrie's acted together. The both have already starred in Doublemint gum commercials. Interesting. Gotta find all the spicy things. Novels. Friday the 13th is more than movie franchise. There's also a television series, a comic book miniseries, and 4 novels to date. Let's see, Infernal Contents, Chapter 1, Death Penalty, Chapter 2, Stairway from Hell, Chapter 3, The J-Cons, Chapter 4, Killed Killers, Chapter 5, The End. Alrighty, the script for Jason Goes to Hell is exceptional in that not a single teenager was called for in script. Give or take. I don't know. Some of these are gonna be weird. Music of the films. Composer Harry Radini has scored 8 Friday films. Some of his older music was reused in Part 7 as well, but it was his first score for the original movie that set the tone for the rest of the series. In an interview, Manfredini described how that score took on a life of its own. The music became a character in that film. It was really minimal. There were really only 2 chords in the score. There's the sameness to that score. There was never any melody. I mean, that's kind of true, actually. Manual of Occultism. I didn't see this one before. While arming himself for his fight with Jason, Tommy Jarvis purchases 3 books. In part, God, is that 4 or 5? Jason lives 30 years among the dead. The dead are alive in a manual cult. Mentioned by Dr. Walter Jorn, Old Under the Norm, the Flume Sephiroth. Each volume helpfully offers the reader a look into the series, theory, and practice behind the supernatural and the occult. It's another book. Never mind, this is just the same book. Oh, there we go. Why does this remind me of He-Man? Star of the Con, New Beginning, 3rd edition. Jeff Bennett played the lovable nerd writer Eddie McCarl. Runs a scientific demise perma is by Tina, 30 years into the future. The entire galaxy is populated by highly evolved protozoa. I don't know. Only one human being and his woman still exists among the stars.
Okay, so did you want to do an intro?
Hello. Welcome to the Virtual Cabin. I'm Chuck Brengard, CEO of Ilphonic, and we are the developers behind Friday the 13th, the game, which you are currently playing now.
Is there anything you want to say to the fans?
Sure. I just want to say thanks for playing and supporting the game. Our fan base has been incredible. This project has exceeded even our wildest dreams, and that's because of all your continued and amazing support.
So where are we?
So this is the Virtual Cabin. 2.0 to be exact. The virtual cabin was a way for our backers to check out new art assets and discover a few hidden Easter eggs as we were building the game. It was a really engaging way to show a sneak peek at what we were developing.
So, why bring it back?
A ton of work went into researching the Friday the 13th films for the game, and we wanted to present a fun way to go behind the scenes and learn more about how the movies in the game were made. Consider this as an expanded virtual museum, a space where you can explore the lore of Friday the 13th and take it all in. Who knows, there might even be a few new Easter eggs to discover, if you go digging deep enough. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to sound so ominous.
Which is true, because I had to look at a video. Do you even know what that mother was the password? Which all the books with their word things would have slowly given, but I'm not good at puzzles, so. A woof with the first 10 films. Every Friday the 13th movie has been released on a Friday. Only 4 have been released on Friday the 13th. Give me the hat. Blue cap. Song that plays during Crimson Grover's something dances Lions. Love is a lie. However, during filming it was AC/DC's Back in Black that was played on set. In an interview, Rova recounts the scene. That was the dance I came up with for it. They did not use Back in Black in the soundtrack. It was certainly an unusual way to dance to that piece of music, but the motions of the dance fit perfectly to that song if it is correctly synced. Oh, wait, I can take the hat. If I can pick it up, there has to be a reason. Prediction of the final scene set at the Voorhees house. Ali. The role of Ali, a tough member of a local biker gang, was played by an actor named, appropriately enough, Nick Savage. It's a rough movie for Ali. His bike is damaged, his friends are killed, and he gets his arm chopped off before being hacked. Death and alternate ending. He survives, but that footage, like Ali himself, was cut. Jessica. Director Adam Marcus wanted to turn the series back to themes of family. The character of Jessica Kimball is the daughter of Deanna Kimball, who is the half-sister of Jason Voorhees. Jason. After the success of the first movie, Frank Mancuso, the CEO of Parliament Pictures, wanted to make the franchise into a serial with which movie having a different story. It was reported by Phil Scuderi, Steve Minasan, and Bob Bersamian, who insisted that the sequel have Jason Voorhees. I mean, it wouldn't be Friday the 13th without Jason. this room is open compared to last time. Raft. I'm going to go with this is 5. In part 5, Jody Arson plays Sam, a free-spirited teenager who is impaled while taking a late-night lounge on a raft. The special effects shot required Arson to be submerged in a near-freezing lake for the entire shot. This caused the actor to contract hypothermia. Damn. Ironically, Ted White, actor playing Jason, came to her rescue, convincing the director to let her out of the frigid waters. The Red Door. With a budget of over $500,000, Sean Cunningham had little budget for expensive lighting rigs, resulting in very dark night shots. Making the best of the situation, Cunningham chose props and costumes that had bright colors. Even the doors were painted bright red. Understandable. Police car. The part of Deputy Winslow was played by Jack Marks. The deputy drives through the forest before stumbling upon Jason's shack. Unfortunately, the actor Jack Marks never learned to drive. On set, he was given a few driving lessons, but Marks found his moment behind the wheel the scariest of the entire film shot. Or shoot. Sheriff's Badge. Part of Deputy Winslow was played by Jack Marks. The deputy drives through the forest before stumbling. Wait. That's just the same. I'll take that though. Wheelchair. One of the most popular kills in the series can be found in Friday the 13th, Part 2. It involves the lovable wheelchair-bound jock, Mark, confined to the wheelchair by a motorcycle accident. Mark remains optimistic that he might walk again. Mark took a machete to the face, causing him to roll backwards down a long flight of stairs. It is a classic kill in the series, made even more notable that it is the first time Jason kills someone with his signature machete. My voice might die. Mask. During pre-production of Friday the 13th Part 3, director Steve Miner called for a makeup test on Jason to get an idea of what he would look like this time. Instead of applying the rigorous makeup to the actors as for the test, they tried out a Detroit Red Wings hockey mask. From 3D effects supervisor Martin J. Sadoff's bag of hockey gear and liked what they saw, then created a new mask. Oh, there was masks missing. Character traits. Friendliness, sportsmanship, integrity, courage, self-reliance, tolerance. Character traits. One lesson developers of Friday the 13th, the game learned is that sometimes the absence of a trait can be more interesting. In a pack panel, F13 game consultant Adam Sessler unpacked it this way. If you think about a slasher film, you don't have 7 smart, talented, athletic counselors that are up against Jason. They all maybe have a benefit here and there, but on the whole, they kind of suck. That's the part of the fun of the movie. One thing I've learned in the course of playing this game is when things go wrong, it's actually more fun. God. The Butcher. Snake. In the script of the original movie, it is the Prowler who puts the snake into the cabin. The scene where the snake is beheaded, no special effects were used. Out of all the kills filmed in the series, the snake is the only one who really died. Wait, what? So there was an animal hurt in the making of a film? Oh, do I put fruits in front of things? Oh, I can't read that very well. Script. To promote this movie, Paramount had an advertising campaign with Jason slashing through the iconic I Love New York logo. It was later abandoned when the New York City Tourism Committee filed a complaint. Wow. Let's see, Times Square at night, New York. Great shot. As our heroes arise into the neo-filled big city, Wonderland. Relieved to be alive, gazing round at the awesome spectacle known as Times Square. A huge digital clock tells us it's a quarter to midnight. Zeno wraps his arm around her. Scene. It's over. Rennie. Finally over. Camera rises above them, breaking back to the subway exit. Guess who has just made it? Encore, with more energy than ever. Sheen and Rennie look all around them, having never been to the city as big as this. They finally turn far enough around to spot Jason in a series of 3 quick cuts, each one closer than the last. Scene. God, please no. But Jason keeps coming. Rennie, someone help us. He's going to kill us. But the heavy Times Square foot traffic ignores her, bustling onward. Rennie and Sean have no choice but to flee again. Jason shoves his way through the preoccupied pedestrians. There's certainly been weirder characters than him here. Moves past a group of street urchins listening to some rap from their ghetto blaster. His foot obliterates their stereo system with one stride. They instantly pull out switchblades and chains. Street urchin, you're dead meat, slime bag. And I can't see that one. Is this before or after? This looks like something else. Faded. Main lodge, night. The track is silent. From a placid lake, we see the main lodge of a campground. There are white canoes at the shore and a warm glow from the windows. We hear the sound of campers singing. The camera holds onto the cabin for a few seconds and we something, I guess, superimpose. Camp Crystal Lake, 1958. Main Lodge night. Across the room we see a dozen children gathered around a lit campfire singing some cloying camp song. The group is accompanied by Claudette with a guitar. Claudette is 17 years old. She is pretty. She wears a t-shirt with Camp Crystal Lake written on it. She fills out the shirt very well. Cut to Fox Cabin night. My throat is going to be killing me for some reason. Camera shifts to another angle, just beyond the thicket of lacy vines. This slow tracking shot would give the impression that we're watching the action from a POV of another person, an unseen visitor. This unseen observer will be called the Prowler. In a continuous shot, the Prowler walks to the cabin. The door swings open and the Prowler enters. Along the walls are beds of sleeping children. The camera angles to look at each one as the Prowler slowly makes their way through the cabin. Back in the cabin, the children continue to sing, their faces illuminated by the fireplace. The song ends and two counselors, Barley and Claudette, lead the group together. I wonder if I need to remember these. Oh my god, there's more. Well, one of them had a very bright one. Okay, let's see. Smoke clears and Jason walks into the walkway. Oh wait. Script. Coming after the name Friday the 13th, director Sheen Cunningham determined that the new movie would be about. According to Cunningham, there was very little time to waste on conventional things like character and plot. The big decision was the setting, and the answer was summer camp. Script. Screenwriter Todd Farmer makes a cameo in his own movie as the character Dallas. Luckily, they used a stuntman for the scene where Jason smashes Dallas into the wall. Unluckily, the stuntman who took the hit broke his nose. Oh, that sucks. The smoke clears and Jason steps into the walkway. But he's no Jason we've ever seen before. His leg and arm are now shiny metal. His clothes are black, no longer tattered. His mask is chrome. Can't see them, but we know his insides are in better shape than ever. Waylander, impossible, he's dead. The group stares, transfixed by their new foe as they back away slowly. KM-14 salutes forward. Janessa, let's say he got better. Kamel-14, he's been modified. Janessa, yeah, think. Think. Tsunar. I'm gonna fuck up everything. Can you take them? I can try. Galen fires, but this time it doesn't seem to face Jason. The sparks fly as bullets bounce off his metal limbs. Time to change tactics. KM vaults forward, roundhousing Jason in the jaw. Clang. In effect, Jason takes the kit in stride and winds for the counterattack. KM14, continuing. You guys might want to run. Machete in a hand, Jason punches KM's head clean off. It rolls across the floor before Snaron scoops it up. I don't know why they would scoop it up. Oh, thank God, there's nothing on the back. Script. One of the memorable characters in the series is bounty hunter and self-stylized Hellboy Cretan Duke, played by Stephen Williams. The scene in part 9 in which Duke breaks John D. Lyman's fingers in prison is director Adam Marcus's favorite scene in the movie. I don't understand why my throat is being so annoyed. The bounty hunter stands and approaches the bars that separate him from his prey. Stephen senses instinctively. Give me your hand. What? Your hand, give it to me. Stephen reaches his left hand through the bar. Cretan takes it gently, bundling his fingers as he speaks. See, everything and everyone has a price, and the cost of this is very, very high. Are you ready to pay? What's the price? Are you ready to pay? Yes. Cretan relishes the moment, taking Stephen's pinky. He snaps it. Crunch. Stephen yells out in pain and falls to the floor, cradling his broken hand. Fuck. The only way to kill Jason Voorhees is to destroy his heart, and there's only one person who can do that now. Tatiana is dead. Her daughter. Prediction of the final scene at Higgins Haven Barn. Probably gonna have to look at this one video to be able to figure out these puzzles. Stephen. Only 2 actors have appeared in both the film series and TV series. John Shepard and John D. LeMay, who play Steve. Both are named John, and both probably survive. There are over 100 licensed Friday the 13th products and toys. Together, they have grossed more than 125 million in revenue. Damn. Last I saw in the video before I did anything was this guy here. And then I think it was this Jason. And then something about bathroom.
Sweet. Well, now you know the virtual cabin goes a little deeper than we let on. There are quite a few more like secrets left to discover. We hid some content in this cabin that will not be easy to unlock. You'll really have to think outside the box.
So like a puzzle game.
Think of this less like a puzzle game designed to get through in like an afternoon, and more like an experience for our community to get to know the movies better, or for the hardcore fans to test their knowledge. That might be too much to say, but we could always cut that out later, right?
Mm-hmm. And how will players know when they've uncovered all the secrets?
It should be pretty obvious.
Now, will it be? Record player. Being an avid David Bowie fan, Frank Mancuso Jr. has named the production titles of several Friday films after Bowie's songs. Part 3 was given the working name Crystal Japan. Part 5, Repetition. Part 8, Ashes to Ashes. Perhaps the cleverest name is the one for Part 5. Or 6. I don't know why they didn't just put the numbers. Aladdin Sane. Try saying it slowly while think about the film. I have actually not watched any of the movies, but I think I might do that at least within the spooky season. Tiffany Cox and Kenny Rydell. The Spring Break 1984 clothing pack DLC included skimpy swimsuits and a new challenge for the art team at Elphonic. In an interview, art director Cole Gray stated, "We haven't built the system originally for the customization of swimsuits. We've had to overhaul how the characters function fundamentally. It has to do with a much larger scope of work that involves the gore system. So now we have to have a bunch of new clothes that work the way our characters pop. Our characters are essentially crash test dummies. They have to break apart at certain locations. It was a bit of a challenge." Look at the pictures. Home is where the heart is. Legend shampoo. Shaving cream. Nudity is one of the hallmarks of a Friday film. Principally female nudity. In the 9th installment, The Final Friday, Adam Marcus subverted the expectation for including male nudity in roughly equal measure, including a scene which had been described as many as the homoerotic shaving scene. Weird. This actress Danielle Ordana Kimmel played the scarred but tenacious heroine Chris. Margie White Happy, however, played her stunt double. Jenny Myers. Wait. The character of Jenny Myers, known as the Girl Next Door, is voiced by the talented Christina, I don't know, Cabell. Like her character, Christina is a bit of a traveler. Born in New York, Cabell spent her formative years in Germany, France, and Italy. Can I pick up any of these? I feel like I could. Can I open this? No. automobiles of the films. The Jeeps in the original movie to Megan's Hot Rod in part something. There have been many memorable automobiles in the films. In part something, Ethel's wild son Junior crazily rides a motorcycle before being decapitated with a meat cleaver. Without much budget, the director had the actor playing Junior Ron Sloan do the stunt himself. It required Sloan to ride a motorcycle recklessly through the forest with a 50,000 camera mounted to the handlebars. On fire. During the final battle in Friday the 13th, The New Blood, the telekinetic heroine Tina Shepard sets Jason, played by Kane Hodder, fire. Get the footage. Hodder was set on fire for 40 seconds, a Hollywood record for controlled burn. The incredible thing was that Hodder agreed to the stunt at all. Several years before, Hodder had a similar stunt go wrong on him. He was badly burned, receiving scars on his chest and neck from the axe.
What was the creepiest part about working on the game?
Oh, for sure, the phone calls.
Okay, sorry, that was great. Can you start over, but this time incorporate the question into your answer?
My bad, yeah. So the creepiest part about working on this game was I get these weird phone calls to my personal phone. We worked on the game for almost, I think it was about 3 years. And every single Friday the 13th, we would get these calls from someone. At first, I thought it was someone at the studio, Paul or Dan or something, but it had to be like an F-13 fanboy or something. They would use this voice distortion and claim to be Pamela warning us to honor the memory of her son. Sometimes they would just laugh into the phone and hang up, but most of the times they would just, complain about the game taking so long.
That doesn't sound that creepy.
It wasn't until one time I called the number back and heard this.
Oh, my voice. Okay, there's something here that has 4 birds. Here's your frog! Yep. I can't take the apple? The big apple. From a watery start to a toxic end, Jason spent Friday the 13th part something. Jason takes hot and covered in goo. According to Kane Hodder, they put slime on him in every single shot. He was wet the entire movie. Wine bottle. After hooking up with Tina, Crispin Grover's character Jimmy goes downstairs for a celebratory bottle of wine. Not having the means to open the bottle, he calls out for a corkscrew. Jason obliges by slamming it into his hand before hacking him in the face with a meat cleaver. You should be careful what you wish for in a Friday film. What's this? Pinehurst Diner. Menu! Jason has menaced several diners throughout the series. This menu is inspired by the diner in part something. Another diner in Jason Takes Manhattan features Jason bursting in, hunting Reeves and Sean large cook attempts to thwart the killer before being picked up and thrown into a mirror. That cook was 6'7" stuntman Ken Kirzinger, who would go on to play Jason in another film. Heh. Bad kitty. Waste of budget. Julius and Jason's boxing match at Friday the 13th part something. Jason Takes Manhattan was scripted to take place in Madison Square Garden, but budgetary reasons ended up taking place on a roof in Vancouver. Boxing scene, however, was not lacking for effort. Actor Vincent Craig Dupree, who played Julius, was really punching Kane Hodder with all his might. When it was Jason's turn, he punched Julius's head off, sending it flying into a dumpster. God damn. Wait a minute. Oh my god, there is a door. I thought about this looking like a door before, but I think there's actually a door. I'd be upset if there wasn't. Shelley and his mama. Ma. Larry Zerner played the role of fan favorite Shelley in Friday the 13th Part 3. In the movie, Vera, played by Catherine Parks, is on the docks of Crystal Lake when she finds Shelley's wallet. Inside is a picture of Larry and his actual mother. Startled by noise, Vera drops the wallet into the muddy waters. Upon fishing it out, she is confronted with Jason wielding a harpoon gun. Fans know the rest of the story. What they might not know is that after filming, Larry gave the washed out photo to his mother, who put it on her fridge as a memento. It stayed there for 30 years before it was scanned and put into this very game. God. There's so many things I didn't see before. Nuked ideas. In a round table about the Friday the 13th series, special effects master Tom Savani described his initial idea for Jason's death in part something. I thought that young Tommy, who was a effects kid and inventor, would take a microwave oven apart, put a reflector on the shooter with a variable setting of 1 to 10. On 1, it would melt the toy soldier. My idea was to stick that in Jason's head and Cookie's head from within and make it explode. So I had to sell that to the money guys. I called him, and what he said was, no, the Friday the 13th formula is killing naked teenagers in the woods without household implements. I'm thinking this is a household implement. Potatoes 5. Oh my god, what are these? I've seen a 1 and a 5 so far that in blue. I need a piece of paper. Potato sack. Stuntman Steve Dasawis played the burlap hooded Jason. The sack would flap during takes, obscuring Zach's vision, so the crew used double-sided tape around his eye to keep the hood in place. Potato! Why was that activatable if there's nothing in it? Oh, what's this? Matchbook? I had 2 tries, apparently. Matchbook. In the movie that used Jason's Destroyer as one of its working titles, the Friday formula was just to give Jason a fair fight. Part of that new formula included a telekinetically gifted woman called Tina who evolved from what director John Buechler described as Carrie clone. As a Carrie clone. Something else to add to my thing. What is this? Moonshine. Fan favorite, fourth wall breaking gravedigger Martin is benighted with a broken bottle of booze. His death, however, was not always written that way. Writer/director Tom McLaughlin originally wrote an epilogue to the movie where Martin encounters Jason's evil father, Elias, at the cemetery. Ultimately, the ending was scrapped. Producers felt that it would split the attention of the franchise. Okay, other things that open that I haven't noticed yet. Deborah Kim. Friday the 13th, the game features a wide range of voiceover talent. Counselor Deborah Kim is voiced by veteran Christina V, who has helped voice many popular animated film projects. Nothing. Glasses. Oh, God. Just in case. 3D glasses. When the 3D version of Friday the 13th came out on home video, it was released on VHS, Betamax, Kappa Sigins, electronic disc, Laserdisc. Later, a deluxe edition was released on Blu-ray that included the 3D version, as well as a pair of blue-red 3D glasses designed to look like Jason's mask. I think that's all that's in this kitchen. Oh, wait. Oh, this isn't gonna help me. No, I think my controller's dying. One moment. here. Okay, let's see. I think something said about video might have this person. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, chill, Snake. Chill. Bugsy Wilson, Chad Kensington. Since the inception of the project, the developers knew that the Friday the 13th experience had to be multiplayer to capture the magic of the movies. Multiplayer experience is what got us the license, said co-creator Ronnie Hobbs. CNS Cullingham saw our game, saw that it was multiplayer, and it could essentially play out like a film. They had been wanting to make a Friday the 13th game for a long time too, but all they were ever pitched was single player games. What would... I still don't understand what fully went wrong. Well, that's gonna be fun to figure out. Another blue. Breaking news, Jason Voorhees slain. Newspaper. According to director Joseph Zito, he and the cast believed something to be the final Friday film. Not only was the title the final chapter, the script called for Jason's head to be split open in the final kill. Even Harry Manfredini's musical cue for the final scene was named La Muerte de Jason. Mug. Release of Friday the 13th. The game was slated for early 2017. Time frame that managed both to be wide for some fans fig. This ambiguity caused quite a bit of energy to be directed at gun media and in particular the community manager Ben Shreddis. It's actually become a meme within our community, said Shreddis. One sent me a mug that said early 2017 on it in Friday the 13th font. God, I'm gonna sound so horrible. Travel brochure. The original draft Rob Hedden script had some ambitious plans, including a boxing match in Madison Square Garden, crane shots in Times Square, and a chase scene across the Brooklyn Bridge. Budget, however, quickly became an issue. Ultimately, much of the movie was filmed on a ship named the SS Princess Patricia, Vancouver, leading many in the cast and crew to dub the movie Jason Takes from Vancouver. SS Leprous, the premier ocean liner. Call for a chance to win a free cruise. Take a voyage on a boat that cruises from freshwater lakes to the Atlantic Ocean. Great option for safe and wholesome graduate parties. Animal friendly. Features a relaxing sauna on board, boxing ring, and state-of-the-art disco room. Newton Super Flea Market something Newton something. Long Night at Camp Blood Part 2. Screenplay for the original Friday the 13th was initially titled A Long Night at Camp Blood. Director C.S. Collingham, however, had always wanted the name of the movie to be Friday the 13th. Even before he had a finished script, Collingham took an advertisement out in a trade publication to stake his claim to the popular idiom. The new title was successful, although you can still see references to the Camp Blood sparkled throughout the series. Can I actually use the... Oh my god, I can't! I'll do it after. Windows, firewood, laundry, bedroom, bat. Or rat. I think it says bat. Roy's Revenge. The return of Reckless Reggie. Reckless Reggie Part 4. Roy's Revenge. Playing one of the few characters to survive the Friday film, Shawa Ross played the heroic tractor-driving youth, Reggie, in Friday the 13th Part Something. Ross was offered a part in the following film, but turned it down when he learned of the filmmaker's intention to kill the character off. I want to try to get all the videos. Game development. Game development can be a consuming, somewhat unique enterprise. Bill Phonics, founder Chuck Bergag described what it's like to be developing a slasher game in a conventional work environment. The funny thing is that we're in a high-rise building. We're riding the elevator with people who have no idea what we're talking about. Yeah, the pitchfork needs to go a little bit farther for the eyeball to come out and hang the blood too. And we turn around, there are people huddled in the corner. Oh my god. Yeah, when I was doing a bit of the streaming earlier, it was more I wasn't fully reading these, but now that I've been reading them, just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything else. So, okay, so we need more the... God damn it, footsteps. Higgins Haven. Camp Crystal Lake. Crystal Lake location. No two Friday the 13th were have filmed Crystal Lake at the same lake. gun, pocket knife. The MPAA Ratings Board, Motion Picture Association of America, Friday the 13th franchise has long had a cat and mouse relationship. Director John Carl Butcher has publicly vented his frustration with the amount of footage that had to be cut to attain an R rating. For Butcher, the gore had a purpose, comparing the removal of it to be like telling a joke without a punchline. Yep. I will agree with that. Wait. I thought the keys were accessible. Firecrackers. Iphonic and Gun Media found the player feedback from the beta build to be invaluable towards balancing the game. According to Deb Ronnie Hobbs, one item that required adjustment was the firecrackers. If you played the beta, you'd know that firecrackers used to be the least useful item in the game. They were designed to be deterrent to fool Jason. You could throw something down if he was using sense, you see some sound pings, and you could run the other way. Firecrackers can now stun him now. Pig Splitter. Like the movies that preceded it, Friday the 13th, the game has had its own problems with censors. Germany's rating board, USK, found the game so violent that they reject the game at launch. Damn. Med Spray. After menacing the crew of the Jindal, Jason is shot to death by the android KM-14. Oh. With half a body and half a head, Jason falls onto a nano bed bay that super heals the killer. Featured technology, Jason is reborn as Uber Jason. Same bloodthirsty but deadlier, nearly indestructible, and with limited movement. Actor Kane Hodder. The full bodysuit looked sharp, had a limited range motion on account of all the metallic pieces. Med Spray. Alice, the heroine of the first movie, was played by Adine King. Her appearance in part 2 is cut short when Jason shoves an ice pick through her temple. The collapsible ice pick prop was not checked properly, and on one take did not retract. Thankfully, King wasn't injured and didn't need any med spray. Jesus Christ. Spear. Many kills in the game take their origin from the movies. The kill where Jason spears a counselor in the face, for example, is a reference to the VW bug scene with Nancy McLuchan in part something. If I'm saying something, I don't know what the number is. Flare gun. Among the most interesting deaths in part something was the road flare death. In the scene, two racers, Vinny and Pete, are stranded along the road in the woods, a common enough occurrence in the world of Friday the 13th. Jason ambushes the two and shoves a road flare in Vinny's mouth. For special effects shot, they made a latex version of Vinny's head and jammed the road flare in the mouth, making a horrific red glow. Spray paint. During the sequence where Jason chases Rennie and Sean in the subway car, two spray Spray painted hooligans are clearly visible. Oh, slogans. Jason lives, Quayton lives. The first is the tagline of the something installment, and the second is shout out to the band that director Rob Keaton was in as a youth. Aww. Spray paint. In the climatic fight of part something, Jason pulls Tommy down to the bottom of Crystal Lake. Underwater, there was a metal sign for Camp Crystal Lake, with the word blood sprayed painted over Crystal Lake. It is an homage to the title of the original Friday the 13th screenplay, Long Night at Camp Blood. I haven't seen any other. You know what? No. I'll finish in this room first. Battle Pipe. Tom Savini, whose guidance helped shape the kills in 2 Friday movies as well as Friday the 13th, the game, always anchored his special effects in the real world. It can't be preposterous, he said Savani in an interview, because you won't believe it. While the realness of practical effects came at a cost of time, resources, and genuinity for Savani, it was always worth it. Did I scare you? That's what I do. But Kane Holder did the motion capture for Jason's kills. He's known for his intensity and dedication to his craft. Some of the weapon kills, the MOCAP team created a dummy for Holder to physically hit with rubber bats. According to developer Ronnie Hobbs, the problem quickly arose. That dummy didn't last a week. Every morning the prop people would be duct taping it back together because Kane would just beat the shit out of it. Knife. Throughout his career, Tom Savini has been called many things. Perhaps most adorningly, the Sultan of Splatter. Deb Ronnie Hobbs gave the rationale for the adultation this way. People always say there's a million ways you can slice a throat, but only one right way, and that's Savani's way. Jeez. Trap. The novel Friday the 13th, Hate, Kill, Repeat sets the stage for FBI sting that occurs at the beginning of part something in the prologue of the novel. The FBI have discovered that Jason does in fact exist and goes about setting a trap to send him straight to hell. Radio to call Tommy Jarvis. Throughout the series, Harry Manfredini, iconic ki ma ma ma, has been used to underscore Jason's presence. In part something, his sonic moniker is subverted. Tommy Jarvis, driven mad by hallucinations of Jason, rises from his hospital bed as the OV whispers ki ta ta ta. As he opens the drawer to see the hockey mask waiting for him. Ki is for kill and ta is for Tommy. Tommy Jarvis's death. The role of Tommy Jarvis is one of the few recurring protagonists in the series, showing up in 3 movies, a bit played by 3 different actors. Young Tommy's interest in masks serves as a homage to Tom Savini. Jason is dead. 2-for-1 burger sale. Woo! Summer camp. Your sleeping bag be your body bag. Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp. Even before they had the license, developers at Gun Media intended to write a love letter to the Friday series and knew they needed legends to do it. Speaking of their early days, co-creator Ronnie Hobbs didn't mince words. Our goal all along for Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp was to get Tom Savini, Kane Hodder, and Harry Manfredi. We knew that we needed those guys abroad. We couldn't do it ourselves. God, I'm killing the names horribly. But like other movies in the series, Part 2 had a difficult time receiving an R rating from the Motion Picture Association of America. Next rating was only avoidable once 48 seconds had been trimmed. A scene that raised the IRE of censors particularly was the murder scene of Jeff and Sandra impaled by a spear while having sex in a bed. Jump scare. The iconic stinger in Part 1 where boy Jason springs from the lake helped spawn a franchise. According to special effects legend Tom Savini, the origin of the scene started as a conversation he had with director Sean Cunningham. Savini had just seen Carrie and been impressed with the stinger at the end. He suggested that once the killer had died and the audience was relaxed, boy Jason should jump out of the lake and attack Alice. Cunningham agreed and a legend was born. Actually, I should be looking under things, shouldn't I? Tag. Archery target. In the original movie, the role of Brenda was played by Laurie Bartain. The audience is introduced to her character as she is moving a large archery target to the range. She places the target on the easel, foreshadowing arrow shot by the prankster Ned whizzes by her. Late in the movie, Brenda is thrown through a window. As it happened, it was not Laurie Brantham who did the stunt, but Tom Savini, who played the flying team. Pitchfork. Besides Bill's impalement in the original Friday, there have been several characters that Jason has affixed to walls or doors, or even rafters. Biker gang character Fox, played by Gloria Charles, was impaled in the neck with a pitchfork and left to hang from the second story of a barn. The pitchfork was real, made so that the two prongs in the middle were collapsible. I sure would hope so. Oh, this one's Sleeping Bag. Part Something is perhaps the most censored Friday movie of all time. One particular kill that the MPAA sent back for several revisions was the infamous sleeping bag kill. The movie Jason, played by Kane Hodder, had to pick up a sleeping bag stuffed with a heavy dummy 20 additional gallons of blood, slam it against a tree. Holder struggled to make the stunt believable and was relieved when the rating board limited the scene to one good tree smack. Duck. Jason's relationship with animals is undefined. Part 2, Jeff and Sandra discover a dead dog. It is suspected that it is the work of the killer, although it's never confirmed. In part something, Jason takes Manhattan. The director, only Jason however, it was saying it wasn't Jason's character. He would have no reason to hurt things animal-wise without reason. Bird. The jungle gym in the front of Voorhees' residence that Jason and protagonist Stephen Freeman fight on is the same jungle gym Alfred Hitchcock used in 1963 for the birds. Axe. Special effects artist Tom Savini came to the attention of the Friday the 13th filmmakers from his work on the movie Dawn of the Dead. A particular note was the visceral nature of his special effects skills. It was a realism that was hard won. Giovanni had been a combat photographer in Vietnam. The special effects he created didn't get the same feeling as what he remembered. More weren't good enough. And operated weapons. Preferring manual weapons like axes, Jason has never used a chainsaw in the dispatching of his victims. A chainsaw was, however, used on Roy at the end of part something. The climatic barn scene. Pam, played by Melanie Kinnaman, fights off her attacker with the chainsaw, slicing his shoulder to the bone. Axe. Again, to promote Jason Takes Manhattan, an axe-wielding cane holder appeared on the Arsenio Hall show in full Jason regalia. Holder didn't speak or break character throughout the entire interview. Credit to Arsenio for pulling it all off. Machete. In every movie of the Friday series, the killer has used a machete. Machete. In part something, Jason goes to hell. It is Jason's right eye that shows Machete's damage as opposed to the left eye that is damaged at the end of part something. Ilphonic and Good Media corrected this for the part something Jason in the game. Deb took a poll to see if the mistake should be retconned or let it be. The verdict was that it should be fixed. Many at Gun, including Ronnie Hobbs, were still conflicted. There were some people that wanted it not to be fixed, but if we didn't, we couldn't live with ourselves. God, there's so many things. Spear. Filming a Friday the 13th movie has always carried a certain amount of risk. Director Tom McLaughlin found this out the hard way when he cast his wife Nancy in part something. Nancy played the role of Elizabeth, who Jason spears through the windshield of a Volkswagen Beetle. When it came time to shoot the film, Nancy sat in a car as Jason rammed the spear through the vehicle. The windshield gave way but changed the trajectory of the spear, nearly impaling Nancy. Damn. Wench. Jason turned many implements into tools for murder. However, some of the most censored kills have been from unarmed combat. In part something, Sheriff Garrus is bent backwards and broken in half. It was a bloodless kill, but nevertheless was the one that the ratings board had the most trouble with, finding it too intense. Pickaxe. Filming Friday the 13th can be a risky affair. During the final sequence, Part 2, Ginny, played by Amy Steele, is defending herself from the pickaxe-wielding killer. In one of the early takes, Steele, armed with a machete, sliced stuntman Steve Dast's fingers, sending him to the emergency room. Once he returned, Delius filmed the remaining takes with a prosthetic covering on his hand. High-end. When it came to creating the kills for Friday the 13th, the game, Ben Media knew they needed expertise. Who better than the man who helped create the slasher gene? So they brought on legendary practical effects guru Tom Savani. That's what I did in the Friday movies, said Savani. Creatively kill teenagers in the wood with household implements. It's a living. Someone has to do it. I think that's all of them in this one. Jesus, so much reading. I'm gonna try putting the other things in here. Secret patch. I always said many of the films I did as Jason, I would always warn the actors. Said any of the films I did as Jason, I would always warn the actors, and they always thought it was a kind of joke, but I was very serious saying, when it comes time for your death, it's not going to be easy, it's not going to be comfortable, it's going to be a little rough. I'm not going to hurt you, but it's going to be a little rougher than you expect. Sometimes they were quite tentative about it, but then when they saw the final product, oh, I'm so glad you did it like that because it looked so much better. Kane Holder, Friday the 13th. The game Kickstarter video, October 13th, 2015. Okay, wait. But the other one didn't open up. Wait. Shouldn't that mean this should be... Can't change anything. Maybe it only worked because I did that? I'm missing 3. God damn. Which comes down to these things. What? Me? Okay, maybe get these. Figure it out. Oh, it's a light. Oh, that's the door. I'm missing 2 masks. I read this already. Collection of masks that Jason wore from the Friday the 13th series. Maybe I didn't. I read that one. One of the most emblematic moments of this movie was the scene of Jason in Times Square. Kane Holder, who played Jason, stayed in character the whole time. There were hundreds of people on both sides of the street watching the filming. With one quick look from Jason, the crowd would cheer, scream, cheer, and go wild. What will take all days? Pre-production 13. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I read this one because I put it here. Corey Feldman was slated to reprise his role of Tommy Jarvis in this film, unfortunately being cast in 2 Spielberg movies led to scheduling conflicts. A compromise was reached in which the child actor would appear, but only in the opening sequence. Director Danny Steinsman arranged for the crew to set up in Feldman's backyard. They put up extra bushes, had a rain machine, wrapped the shoot in 2 hours. Tommy's fascination with masks served multiple purposes in this film. They served as a homage to seminal special effects artist Tom Savini, as well as adding a darker layer to Tommy's character, providing an omen of things to come. According to screenwriter Barnley Cohen, they also made a philosophical point about horror, that it is contagious. The horror that Jason dispenses can be passed on to anyone. The film featured recasting Jason. The filmmakers discovered a 6'3", 250-pound nightclub owner named C.J. Graham. Graham was part of a hypnotist stage show whereby a musician would put audience members in a trance and ask them to imagine they were encountering Jason Voorhees. Graham would dress as Jason and scare them in the middle of the hypnosis. The production team was impressed and cast Graham as Jason for the movie. Right now, I don't know. Maybe I'll look into the answer of that one. Pillow Talk. Part 2, there was much discussion about how the killer should be clad. Ultimately, it was the costume designer who brought up the burlap pillowcase. The headpiece was chosen because it was an item that would have been readily available to the killer. It was not well liked by the production crew. It did serve a bridge to the hockey mask. Okay, I'm good. Child's Rocking Horse. One differential or differentiating element apart something is that it is the only movie in the series to feature children at the game. The decision was purposeful choice on the part of director Tom McLaughlin to raise the stakes and set the audience at edge. Can I go in? Oh my god, I can't. Sean Paul, such a no exit. There's 3 other plays. Dirty Hands, The Flies, and Respectable Prostitute. 7-12 something. No exit. One scene in part something a group of campers are shown to be sleeping in a cabin. The camera pans over a little girl who has fallen asleep reading Jean Paul's novel, No Escape. The novel is about 3 people spending eternity together in a small room and ends with the revelation. Hell is other people. Quite an odd book for a child to be reading. Mask. This film marks the first of 4 times Kane Hodder would play the role of Jason. Voorhees' a series record. Hodder's portrayal was met with wide acclaim, but it was not without cost. The veteran stuntman took a lot of abuse. He fell through a set of stairs, had an actual roof collapse on top of him, set on fire for what was then a Hollywood record. Teddy bear. After epic battle in the Voorhees dining room, impeccably named bounty hunter Quentin Duke is killed by Jason with a bear hug. Report. John Shepard played the shell-shocked Tommy Jarvis in the 5th film, A New Beginning. Tommy, psychologically damaged by his run-in with Jason in the final chapter, is sent to a treatment facility called Pinehurst Halfway Home. Shepard took the role seriously, spending a few months volunteering at a state mental hospital to prepare. God damn. Patient suffers from extreme trauma, night terrors, and is delusional. Art statue. Veteran Jason actor Kane Hodder plays 3 roles in Jason Goes to Hell. Not only does he play the titular character, Hodder also plays a security guard who mocks Jason, and the glowing hand who grabs the hockey mask in the final shot of the movie. Oh, wait, there was something here. My god, you assholes. Toy Spider. Shaver Ross played the character of Reggie, a prankster, and one of the heroes of Part Something. Reggie's introduction, he startles the troubled Tommy Jarvis with a rubber spider before professing that where I come from, you learn to be scared of nothing. Reggie would make good on his boast. In the 3rd act, the killer is about to catch Pam when Reggie runs him over with a tractor. Is there anything else? No? Yo-yo. The yo-yo scene was purely a stunt to demonstrate the depth of the brand new Mark's 3D system. Okay. Okay. I don't don't understand what some of these mean. I guess movie time. Oh, wait. God. Like, is there anything else? Maybe it's time related? 15, 15. Two, 19. Four, 44. $45, 18. Don't know what they all mean, but guess we'll figure that out. Also, let's see. Have a hat. Deputy Star, matchbook, 3D glasses, shine, yo-yo. Oh, wait. For this movie, the special effects team led the Greg Nicotero went for mutated disease look for Jason. The theory was that the hockey mask had been on Jason for so long that the skin had grown around it. The difficulty was that Kane Holder couldn't take the mask off between takes. Holder had to do the entire shoot in all the stunts by breathing his own exhaled air. Ooh. Planes. Most requested playable Jason was director Adam Marcus and actor Kane Holder's version Jason Goes to Hell. This is iconic given how little screen time the movie gives to the Corporal Jason. That's not it. Okay. Now then, if I have to guess. Oh. Stockpot. One particular character in Part Something was foul-mouthed Ethel Hubbard, played by Carol Lucatel. In many ways, Ethel was the foil to Pamela Voorhees. Both were cooks, both had special sons, and both had a great set of hair. In Ethel's case, it was a wig that Lucatel had from a movie she was in with Burt Reynolds called Sharky's Machine. I don't understand what I'm really looking for right now. It's these, but I don't understand. I think I have to go watch the video. But let's see. What did the movies mean though? There's somewhere to put time. Wait. Oh god. Me. Okay, so I made a mistake. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6.
Crystal Lake Police Department. Hello?
Okay, so I'm guessing I have to find a whole bunch of... Fuck. Oh, I didn't read this one. And design monsters. Jesus Christ. Design magazine. In part 3, Debbie and Andy, played by Tracy Savage, Jeffrey Rogers, canoodle in a hammock. After returning from a shower, Debbie lounges with a Bangora magazine. She flips past an article about Tom Savani, the man behind many of the classic Friday special effects. Luckily for her, Jason was hiding with a knife beneath the hammock. God, do I have to try to get every single number? I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Okay, so I learned things, so to make things easier, so I don't have to go fully finding this.
Who is this? Where is my boy?
Secret patch. Wes Keltner never dreamed he'd get the phone call that the Friday the 13th license would be granted to Good Media. We sorta assumed we'd make Slasher Volume 1 Summer Camp as this sorta homage, and then maybe later someone would give us a call, some Hollywood type. But we really weren't banking on that. It was just make the best slasher experience we can. Okay. So, you know what? I am curious. Any of these other, other things going to give us something? Let's see, 100, 5, 15. Let's see if we can find anything that gives us more things. That's not what I meant. Oh. Gimmick. Many films in the series have had to cut material in order to avoid X rating from the MPAA. Part 3 was no exception. Andy's death originally showed his stomach being sliced open and his leg cut off. Similarly, Edna, Vera, and Chili's death scenes were shortened. Debbie's hammock scene was also trimmed to spare the audience footage of her blood splattering. Any of these have phone numbers? No. Red spider webs. Found out that this is a thing. Red bandana. Friday lawyer Steve Christie is the Intepita son of David and Louise Christie, who owned Camp Crystal Lake at the time of Jason's drowning. Steve takes it upon himself to renovate the camp and reopen it. By fixing the camp, he draws the murderous IRE of the killer, still reeling from Jason's death. Who knows, if it hadn't been for Steve, perhaps Camp Blood would have remained dormant and the world would have been robbed of one of its greatest fictional villains. This goes here. Got that one. This blue hat. Now what? Well, we have a phone number. I guess that's useless. Goes this. Man, I was right. Secret patch. Every Jason model takes months to create and countless iterations. It's usually the mask that takes the longest, said Good Media co-creator Wes Keltner. We can usually nail the face in 4 iterations. The mask is about a dozen before it's right. The holes have to be right. The chevrons have to be right. It's gotta be perfect. Nothing's told me about goddamn videos. Okay, that's all of the badges. Wait, I don't think I read the one badge. It's patch secret. The dev team studied every minor detail in the films, even the copies on VHS, to get the look and feel just right. At PAX West 2016, IllFonic CEO Chuck Bugord described their task this way. Animation-driven games are very hard to make. Very complicated, because there might not be huge tech, but there's a ton of animation. Wait. Very complicated because there might not be, huge tech, but there's a ton of animation that goes in there. A lot of code that has to line up, play the animation right, to play the transition right. To really get the weight and the feel right. There's so much under the hood that goes into that. When we signed up to do this project, we knew that that would be the biggest challenge. Keep door closed. I don't want jump scare. While they're beheaded at Camp Crystal Lake. Let's Zugner's back. In addition to decapitating Pamela Voorhees, Alice, played by Adria King, has the honor of being one of the only few characters who make an appearance in more than one Friday movie, a bit briefly. Oh, I hate it. I swear to God, if all these come alive.
Congratulations. Congratulations on completing the virtual cabin. In the future, we might update this space to reveal what's behind those two curtains. But for now, we just want to say thank you for playing and invite you to stay as long as you would like.
Oh. All so cool looking. I'm scared they're all gonna come out. Oh my god, I thought his hand moved. Oh, wait. Oh. Friday the 13th, Part 3. After barely surviving his encounter with Ginny in Part 2, Jason sets his sights on a new section of Crystal Lake, Higgins Haven. Part 3 was released in glorious 3D and is the first movie to feature Jason wearing the iconic hockey mask. After Jason murders nearly everyone in sight, heroine Chris Higgins knocks him unconscious with a shovel, hanging him and finally takes a hatchet to his head to take him out. On August 13th, 1982, a hockey mask would never look the same again. Oh, that's a lot to read. Friday the 13th, Part 2. Part 2 is the first film to feature Jason Voorhees as the killer. Oh. After surviving drowning and living alone in the woods for more than 20 years, Sackhead Jason emerges to extract revenge for the murder of his mother, Pamela Voorhees. Continuing his mother's mission to keep Crystal Lake closed, he decimates nearly every counselor at the Pack-a-Knack Lodge training. Oh my god, shut up. Training center. Only the aspiring child psychologist Ginny Field is able to outsmart and eventually defeat Jason. She puts on Pamela's sweater to trigger Jason, and then buries a machete deep into his shoulder. After the credits roll, one question remains. Where the hell is Paul? I want it. I'm scared that these guys are all gonna come out to kill me. Friday the 13th, Part Unknown, Jason lives. After traumatic battle with Jason years earlier, a much older and very troubled Tommy Jarvis returns in Friday the 13th, Part something to destroy Jason's body once and for all. Unfortunately, the plan fails, and Jason is inadvertently brought back to life. Armed with a utility belt, a hunting knife, and throwing darts, undead Jason is able to gruesomely murder 18 people at camp or screen before he's defeated and returned to the bottom of Crystal Lake. But for how long? Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Built to be the end of the series, the final chapter delivers a thrilling resolution, if not an ending. Part something is perhaps most notable for two things. The first one being Crispin Glover. Stands to woo one of the twins is one of the most idiosyncratic and perplexing dances in all of cinema. Of a more important note, the final chapter introduced to canon the math-obsessed Tommy Jarvis, played by the burgeoning star Corey Field. By ingenuity or madness, Tommy dresses up as a young boy Jason in the final confrontation and delivers the mortal machete blows that would send Jason to his temporary grave. Jesus Christ. Friday the 13th, part something, the new blood. Jason begins the film drowned and chained to the bottom of Crystal Lake. The telekinetic Tina Shepard, part 7's final girl, mistakenly brings Jason back to life while having an emotional breakdown. Part something features several intense battle scenes, incredibly brutal kills, like the sleeping bag. Memorable characters, but more importantly, this film makes the first time Ken Hadel would step into the role of Jason Voorhees. Kane's intimidating portrayal of Jason quickly propelled him into fan favorite, and ultimately led Kane to don the hockey mask for the next 3 films. Oh my god, shut up, mode. Friday the 13th, something, Jason takes Manhattan. Once again portrayed by Kane Hodder, this installment follows Jason as he tracks a new group of victims from Crystal Lake aboard the SS Lazarus to the bright lights of Manhattan. While only a tiny portion was actually filmed in Manhattan, that didn't stop Parliament from heavily promoting the Y angle. Jason even made a surprise visit on the Arsenio Hall show. We also saw future star Kelly, who make her film debut. Oh my god. Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. No doubt the most divisive entry in the franchise. Jason Goes to Hell's decision to focus on the possession angle meant virtually no screen time for Jason himself. Still, the film had an area of brutal kills, a cool Jason design, and demonic soundtracks created by Harry Manfredini. Other horror icons cameo at the end was controversial, but it helped set the stage for a future movie showdown in the Tom Savini designed Jason created exclusively for this game. And then we have the favorite one of some people. Savani's Jason. Savani's Jason was the exclusive reward for backers that supported the game early on. Special/makeup effect guru Tom Savini created this Jason to reflect what Jason may have looked like after he returned from hell. Jason is badly wounded, deep gashes cover his body, and his skin is burned beyond recognition. Jason emerges from hell clutching a pitchfork he pried from the hands of Lucifer himself. Savani's concept is a terrifying, unforgettable take on the king of slashers. Anything else? Oh, I'm gonna die.
You can bring him back, you know. There's always a way.
guess that's all there is, because it didn't let me go outside. So I'll leave it at here. I hope you guys all enjoyed that. Bye for now. We are back with more stuff because it might not have been too long ago, but I ended up watching more stuff and there was more stuff. And until I finish my learning of things, see what happens this time. Apparently we're supposed to get a phone call again. Let's see what happens. Then, if need be, I'll cut to something else.
You should have been watching him.
Supposed to happen right now. But I can't grab that. Yeah, I'm scared. The fuck yep. Deb said Glenn Media brought in veteran Kate Hodder did the motion capture for Jason interview. Maybe I already did this, but just in case. Whereas Kastner described an early conversation with Holder about the MOCAP scenes. We were talking through motion capture, and I said, let's get a few MOCAP actors in there, and Kane said no. I'm going to be picking these people up and throwing them through you know what, and just physically mooring these people in a motion capture studio. You can't do that to regular motion capture actors. They'll make it for like 2 scenes, and then they're going to check out what you've got to get stuntmen. And so they did. I'm scared. Dead Next Door. On our 25th, the death count of Jason X is one of the highest in the franchise. large as the number is, it doesn't take into account how Jason inadvertently murders the crew of the space station Stolas, which has a population that is partially in the thousands but nevertheless unknown. Please don't jump scare me. Eric Murdar, the Kappa, part of the Kickstarter campaign. Certain high-tier backers will get their likeness to play the game. Yep. Oh, one such generous backer was Eric J. R. And it's worth 3 stats of stamina, speed, strength. Murdered! To some, the Friday the 13th movies are the epitome of brutality in 80s slasher movies. Yes, there are drugs and promiscuity, but not more. Moral teens are always punished. Cases have been made that Jason was the modern Renegana era killer because he was killing off these kids who didn't just say no. Sean Cunningham said in 2017 interview that F-13 was not about punishing people for having sex or morals, but that he was approaching the story with something like Jaws in mind. Also, my Bugsy should have said no. What fucking room is he in? He's definitely in here. What do you mean he's not in here? Okay, I don't understand. 1 second. Okay, there's something wrong. Oh. Okay, the room is open now. Slaughtered movies are magic into Tom Savini. The special effects people are the musicians. We misdirect you all the time, said Savini in a round-table discussion about the Friday the 13th series. Because it's magic. It's a magic trick. We do what magicians do. A magician will make you look here, and he's pulling flowers out of his butt here. Didn't see the flowers because he misdirected you here. Key. Key. Ma. The killer's famous Q when the films was created by Harry Manfredini as a nod to the scene where Pamela says the line, "Kill her, mommy." He took the consonant sound K-I for kill and ma for mommy and ran it through an echoplex to get the final cue. I think we can go outside now. But first... Okay, never mind. A.J. Mason and Adam Palomino. The Friday the 13th Dead Team created cast characters that captured the spirit of the film's many casts. Set the Unreal 4 engine. Characters are referred to by their archetype: jock, prep, nerd, flirt, bookworm, and rocker, to name a few. Wes Kettner spoke of the legal gray area and the difficulty in acquiring rights to an actor's likeliness at PAC-West 2016. Oh, the same thing. Fox. Part 3, Gloria Charles played the memorable character Fox, who along with her motorcycle gang menaces Shelley and Vera at a local supermarket, making a hasty exit. Shelley accidentally knocks over the gang's motorcycles and speeds off. In a scene that was never filmed, the biker gang gives shakes after lashing Shelley's car with chains. The chase was to end with Shelley popping a champagne cork into Fox's face. Tent. Despite the darker material of the Friday the 13th series has been occasionally lauded for its morals. In the eerie scene of part 9, two campers are having sex in the yellow tent, not wanting to use protection to throw their condom out into the woods. Jason, alerted to their lovemaking, approaches the tent and steps on the unused condom before murdering the couple. For this scene, the Wall Street Journal called the film a return to mortality in cinema. Mechanics. There were quite a few ideas the game developers tested and ultimately scrapped. In a panel about the game, dev Ronnie Hobbs described their initial thought on the car. Early on in development, we had this idea where Jason could do something in the car. The problem is that's the first thing he does. If you know that you can break the car, Jason goes there immediately and breaks it. And then there are the physics involved. If you've played our beta, you saw how funny the car physics were. The cars would end up on top of houses and trees. They would go flying into outer space. Oh, god damn it. Why is there a chicken? Travel the opening apart, something was frantic. Tommy Jarvis digging up the rotting corpse of Jason. Harry Manfredini musical score for this harrowing scene is entitled Coffins and Maggots and Worms. Oh my.
So tell me about when you were making the game. Did you have any weird glitches or strange bugs that you found?
Late in development, we had this bug. We swore it was like the spirit of Jason coming into the game or something. But sometimes during a match, these invisible holes would generate, and if you managed to fall through one, you'd end up in this weird, untextured area of the map. It was not like an area we physically created, but made of bits of our assets. Eventually, you'd be shot up high into the air and killed by Jason in the sky. Luckily, we were able to get it out before CERT, but it was a tough one.
How were you able to find it?
We had this debug code that would show us the holes in the map. That helped us hunt them down.
What was the debug code?
You know, it's the same code everyone uses when they need to input a secret code in a video game. I mean, just remember back when we were kids.
It's probably better for legal that way.
Oh, Jason is sent back to his watery grave at the end of part something. The sequence was complicated and was filmed in 3 locations. Most of the underwater scenes were shot in a temperature-controlled tank in Los Angeles. The above-water scenes were shot on location in Georgia. The last bit where Jason's neck meets the boat propeller was filmed in the pool of the director's father. Reportedly, the amount of chum spread by the blade ruined the pool's filtration system. However, this did little to perturb the patriot who would boast that a Hollywood picture was filmed in his backyard. Water effects. Pouring rain frequently quenches the last half of the 13th film. Some actors have found the constant night shoots and rainy conditions a hardship. Some have found a silver lining. Melanie Kinnaman was grateful when they turned on the rain because at least she looked good wet. Oh, thank God I can't fall in. Oh. Okay. Wait a minute. Canoe. In the famous end to Friday the 13th, Alice takes the canoe out on Crystal Lake. There, she has a rather startling encounter with a young seaweed-covered Jason Voorhees. The special effects looked real, it's because they were. According to Ari Lehman, who played Kid Jason, Tommy Savani dredged a part of the pond to cover him with real muck and mire. And I should have actually been recording this. Wait, I am recording it. I meant streaming this. So I need a 4-digit number. Okay, maybe I should go for a nap actually. Finish this next time. You know what? Maybe I'll just... If this comes out as its own separate video, then can't wait to do. I mean, I probably will, because it's like I've spent so much time already on this, but I'm gonna, even though I'm not streaming, I've been up all night because I wanted to do this. And man, I could have had so many reactions. So maybe I'll just restart everything. That, or I'll finish this, then do a stream version of it. If this ever comes out, then you'll know that there's two versions, a stream and this one. So, till then, bye for now. I have decided to come back, continue, stay up for the rest of the day probably. I came upon the code in the video. It's in here. Oh. Fuck. Pamela's head. In the part 2, the protagonist Ginny is being chased by Jason when he stumbles upon his shack in the woods. Barricading herself inside, Ginny finds a shrine to Mrs. Pamela Voorhees. Played with candles, her gnarled sweater, and decapitated head placed by actress Connie Hogan. In an ending that was ultimately scrapped, Pamela's head was to come to life and wink in the camera. What?
Come home to Mommy, Jason. You know the way.
Oh my god. Okay, don't go that way. But can I go in the water? Thank God, no. Oh, I got a shovel. Look, stuntman John Hawk played the dead Jason, who was dug up in the opening up part something. There was no special effects used in the scene of Jason in the grave. For the shot, Hawk laid an open coffin as crew members with 5-gallon buckets dumped night crawlers on top of his face. Oh, why? Oh, don't make me get in it with him. Okay, I guess. Jason Voorhees. Please don't come back to life. If I find you missing, I'm actually going to be scared. Well, this is gonna be fun. Jason, I've come to bring you back your mother.
I'm home. You did good.
Secret patch. The media wanted to bring in the original Carmella, where he's actor Betsy Palmer for the game. Sadly, the legend passed before they could approach her. Have a weapon? No? Okay. Oh shit. Carmella, where he's 1930, 1979 at rest. It's supposed to find inspiration, break out of his own head. Director Tom McLaughlin would go to cemeteries and other unusual places to write the script for part unknown. Jason Lives. Let me guess. Why? Right, get back. Like, you do this to me. Oh, okay, thank God. Jason Lives, secret patch. Which version of Jason should be canon? According to Wes Kettner, hardcore fans know they used two actors. That they had a fat Jason at the beginning that got fired, then hired another guy to come in. Even the masks change. During the shoot, the actors always take the mask off and on in between shots. Their hands are dirty, they usually pick up by the nose to put it on. So as the film progresses, the bridge of the nose gets darker and darker as they film. So if we're tasked with making the mask from part blank, well, how dirty and dingy is the mask? Are we talking real 6 or real 2? We're not phoning it in. Jason's grave. Part blank was the first of 2 times that Jason is electrocuted back to life. The idea came from director Tom McLaughlin and was inspired from old Universal horror movies, particularly Frankenstein. Okay, can't go that way. Can I? Pamela's grave. In part blank, the full name of Pamela Voorhees is shown on a gravestone with the inscription "At Rest." It's the first time in the entire series that her full name is revealed. Even Betsy Palmer, who originated the character in the first movie, didn't know till this moment that her first name was Pamela. Okay, so... Oh. Outfox. The kills in Part 3 put the Max 3D system to full use. However, if you missed the theatrical release, seeing the film in 3D would have been a challenge. The original home video release was in 2D on VHS. Betamax, Capitance, electrical disc, and laserdisc. Only later was a deluxe Blu-ray edition sold that had the 3D version along with a pair of red-blue 3D glasses fashioned to look like Jason's mask. Deceased. Sean S. Cunningham, the creator of Friday the 13th, is known as the father of Jason. During the development of Friday the 13th, the game, he outlined for the devs his take on the role of the protagonist and why Friday movies are fun. What happened with Friday the 13th is almost anti-dramatic. You're supposed to have a hero that you empathize with, care for, and then you put that person in jeopardy. You're with them and hope they make it, and usually they do. Then you have a happy ending. I've seen so many Friday the 13th scripts that are designed to find what the protagonist really cares about, and what their dreams are. Therefore, we're really going to care about her when she goes wandering in the woods. I discovered that in Friday the 13th movies, and horror movies in general, it's not that you create people that you care so much about, but you create people that you'd like to see whacked. Deceased. Oh, it's the same thing.
So tell me about when you were making the game. Did you have any like weird glitches or strange bugs that you found?
Late in development, we had this bug. We swore it was like the spirit of Jason coming into the game or something. But sometimes during a match, these invisible holes would generate, and if you managed to fall through one, you'd end up in this weird, untextured area of the map.
Stats to abilities.
It was not like an area we physically created, but like made of bits of our assets. Eventually, you'd be shot.
Friday the 13th, the game has gone through countless revisions.
Luckily, we were able to get it out before cert, but it was
one large addition was the composure
we had this
stat.
debug code that would show us the holes in the map.
At the beginning, Jason had the ability to blood
You
paint,
know, it's the same code everyone uses when they need to input a secret code in a video game.
essentially allowing him
just
to
remember
locate
back when we
any
were kids.
counselor no matter
That is
what.
illegal that way.
At any given moment, he could take you by surprise, said Dev Ronnie Hobbs. Turned out that wasn't fun. So instead, the devs instituted a fear system. Ronnie Greenback, exclusive director of Gun Media, described it this way. Jason only has to get close to a counselor to instill fear in them. He's like a game of horseshoes. Well, I only know of one other. Oh my god, our footsteps. Why? forget there's only one location. Last time died trying to go through it. God damn it. I don't understand. Okay, Drake. Am I supposed to not stop? Oh my god. Clearly it wants me to go this way. Okay, I'll be right back. And I'm back. I had to look at the video again because I couldn't figure it out. I fucked up. Distracted thinking maybe I'd be able to read things. No, not kitty. Or, I don't know what it is. Can I please have the badge? Patch. Muffin, the cute dog with a purple bow in part 2, seemingly encounters Jason Voorhees while exploring in the woods. Later that two counselors find the carcass of a dead dog that looks to be the beloved pup, but all is not lost. In a sequence near the end of the movie, Ginny and Paul hear a sound at the door. Is it Jason? The door opens to reveal Muffin. She's alive. As the dog scampers towards Ginny, Jason crashes through the window and grabs a terrified Ginny in slow motion. using it for this thing. Yes, in part 3, Shelly and Vera, two of the protagonists vacationing Crystal Lake, get into a confrontation with a biker gang, a convenience store. In retaliation, the gang follows the two back to Crystal Lake with the intention of getting revenge. The bikers Al, Fox, and Loco siphon gas from a car in order to burn down the barn, but are ultimately foiled when they encounter Jason. It is not revealed how Loco got his nickname. However, it seems appropriate given that the character smoking a cigarette while siphoning gas. Oh, because he's Loco for doing that. Come on, Mr. Me. What the fuck? Okay. Well, before we end that, I'm gonna see if it continues. One point six. Well, I don't know what to do. Guess try the boat again? If that doesn't work, I'll go watch the video. Okay, never mind. Wait, maybe the room is open. Okay. Oh god, is another thing I have to do a password in. Actually, before I do that, I should try at the back door. Okay. Put myself back over here. Be right back. Okay, I got something we're gonna try. And it's, let's see. One moment. Okay. Fuck. Now then, which one had the door?
We spent a lot of time tuning the game to make sure it was fun to play as a counselor, and we knew we had it when... Funny guys, hilarious. How long have you been waiting to play that for? Anyways, we finally... Oh shit! Kane, that's dope. You got me. Oh, careful, bro. Your knife is dripping on the...
Oh my god, he's stabbing me.
Check for Will Fonicki, CEO. One of the biggest adjustments was integrating the UEA 4.11 update. It added a lot of hair shaders, updated hair technology that applied to counselors to get their hair looking nice. There were a lot of animation updates, especially Lark. Hold back up. By the 13th, the murderous history of Camp Crystal Lake and the locals warning: do not deter new counselors from setting up a summer camp. One by one, the counselors are stalked and slaughtered by a merciless and mysterious killer. Pamela, or she is on a rampage to avenge the death of her son Jason, who drowned in the lake because irresponsible, rapacious counselors were not supervised again. The film ends with one of the most memorable stingers in cinema history. I don't know what's supposed to happen. Can't run. I don't understand what's supposed to happen. Okay, don't go inside. Got it. What do you want me to do? Don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing. I know is it took me down here. Can I pull this? No, yes, no. Okay, one moment while I figure this out. Okay, figured it out. God. Well. God. I'm dying. Hardlight holographic simulation unit. Though many players find a surge in twisted enjoyment in being Jason, the developers did discover a limit. Went down the virtual reality road for a minute. It said Dev Ronnie hopes in a pack panel. There was something cool about being Jason in VR. I don't think the world is ready for that. What the fuck is happening? When did this become Alien Isolation? Grandel. Grandel is the name of the ship that Jason is taking aboard. We're remaking. Or reawakening. It is also the name of the monster in the Old English poem Beowulf. That poem, Grendel, upright, agitated by the sounds of reverie, attacks the Great Hall, killing many men before being mortally wounded by the hero. Grendel's mother, angry at her son's death, seeks revenge. Ultimately, the wolf tracks the vengeful matron to her warren at the bottom of a lake, slicing off her head. The head of Grendel's corpse resting in its watery grip. It sounds familiar. Okay, let's see. Oh, it says 2. Now can I go in the room? What? Okay. Now what? Okay, give me a moment. Wait. Jason X. In the 10th film of the series, Jason is sent into the far future and into outer space. The Cambia Death by David Cronenberg. A holographic double sleeping bag kill and the infamous liquid nitrogen face smash. Jason X has some great highlights. Perhaps most memorable is the introduction of Uber Jason. In a brutal battle with android KM-14, Jason falls defeated into an nano-medbay that rebuilds the killer into a powerful cyborg with red eyes. Reborn Uber Jason finds he has monstrous strength that is impervious to bullets and roundhouses from androids. Uber Jason is indestructible as a falling star. Well, I guess we'll see if this is it. If this is it, then I'll end it here. If it's not, then you'll see more in a moment.